reason with them. I think just say, "Hey, boss, what?" Just kind of like dig at him a little bit, like, "Why exactly am I not allowed to talk like a pirate?" And then if he says, or if they say, "Oh, it's unprofessional," which is bull, obviously, but if he says that, then you could just be like, "No, but if I talk like a pirate, I'm connecting with our customers and just getting to know them one on one and, having this interaction with them that was really going to benefit our business." This is a common problem, not the first time I've heard this one. Just listen to my advice. Again, just hit up your boss again, say, "Hey, this is why this is good for our business." And he'll get it. He'll understand. Next. I'm turning into a stone right now. Help me help. This will seriously affect my mental health. How to be happy as a rock. Okay, so obviously you're in a state of panic. I understand. Understandably, if I was also being turned into stone, I would be panicking as well. Let's breathe, okay? Breathe in, let it out. Sit in this presence and know that you are a rock. You are stone. You are set in stone. No pun intended. You're grounded. There's no need to panic. You're quite literally a rock. Live and accept. You need to accept that you are a rock now. Now let's talk about the mental health. How to be happy as a rock. You're set in stone here. You just relax, okay? It's kind of like, how like cats. I've mentioned multiple times, not in a weird furry way, but I want to be a cat because all they do is just lay around and sleep all day and people do things for them. That's kind of, like it's similar to a rock as well. You get to just kind of relax, sit back and relax, really observe. Maybe a nice child will pick you up and make you their pet. Pet rocks. We all had those when we were young. So this really, I know you're panicking right now and it's very stressful. It's a very scary time, but just know that everything will be okay. What if they can't breathe? They have no nose because they're a rock. We don't know this, okay? I mean, they can very clearly yell. So if they can shout and yell, then they have a mouth. And you can breathe through your mouth. And remember, everything will be okay. I think I might be an empath, and it's causing great trouble in my life. For example, I went sailing from America to Europe, and somewhere along the trip, I got the feeling that something very bad had happened where we were. My mind was telling me it's really hurtful to me. Is there any way to stop being an empath? So, I will say, if you are an empath, there is no way to stop it, but you can use it for good. My name is Riley Page. I am so totally a licensed therapist. They're just an empath for apparently disasters. And they want to know how to stop being an empath. And I was saying that you cannot stop being an empath. It's more of something that you have to just kind of accept and learn to love about yourself, which can be very hard. An empath having to feel the strain and sadness of others potentially, especially from these disasters. That cannot be easy, but it is something that you just have to adjust to, okay? You can do it. I believe. Just know that this is truly a blessing in disguise, okay? You can learn lessons from the feelings that you are feeling as an empath, and you can help others. I'm allergic to lemons, but they're my favorite food. Ooh, what do I do? How do I make myself unallergic? I'm also allergic to shrimp and basically every single good food. I'm allergic to cockroaches too, but I'm not too concerned about fixing that allergy. Alright. Why are lemons your favorite food? I know as a therapist, I'm not supposed to judge my clients, but that's kind of weird. There are so many other foods out there that are more filling and just nicer than lemons. Lemons aren't bad, by any means. But are they favorite food material? I don't think so. I'm sorry. 6 years from now, I'll get my doctorates in allergies, and we'll do a Google Form stream where I help you with your physical illnesses. I don't know. What do you call a like a doctor that works on humans? Just a doctor? I sound stupid right now. Just a doctor? I can't really help you with the how to not be unallergic skill issue. Sorry. I do understand being allergic to shrimp is a little upsetting. I wouldn't say is shrimp a good food? Yes, I'm somewhat of a seafood enjoyer. Like I'll eat shrimp, I like crab legs. The being allergic to shrimp kind of sucks, but you're also not really missing out on that much. You know, this is kind of one of those things where you just have to try to accept what's wrong with you instead of pushing it away and being upset that you're allergic to shrimp. You have to accept this and you have to really just, love yourself and love your allergies, okay? Love your allergies. It's okay that you're allergic to good foods. The cockroaches, yeah, we don't really need to focus on that one, but I mean, that is just kind of another one that you have to accept. Like, man, I'm allergic to cockroaches, and I love that about myself. Like that's, look yourself in the mirror. Hey, I'm allergic to lemons, and I love that about myself. My cat has accepted his allergy to cats, despite the fact that there are two other cats and he's a cat. Your cat's actually allergic to cats? That's kind of interesting. Imagine being a human allergic to other humans. That sounds so sad. Oh my god. Wait, I'm actually curious. So your cat's allergic to cats. How do you know that your cat's allergic to other cats? Like, does it experience allergies? Does it get a sniffly nose? He sneezes whenever he walks by the other two. So I say he's allergic, but he probably isn't. So you're making things up. Assuming is bad. You know what they say about assuming? Makes an ass out of you and me, alright? We can't be out here making assumptions. Moving on to our next client. Why does my dog keep licking walls? So, again, I'm a therapist. I am not a veterinarian or an animal behavioral scientist. I'm a therapist. Um, I work with the minds of humans. I'm gonna look at your dog as being a human. If a human was licking walls, why would this human be licking walls? Well, the human probably thinks that the walls look tasty. The human brain may be telling them, this wall looks tasty and we should lick it. So maybe your dog is in a similar boat. Maybe your dog also thinks that the wall looks tasty, or maybe he's just curious, right? Like he just wants to know. Like I mean, as humans, we've all looked at something unless I'm crazy, we've all looked at something that we shouldn't eat and have considered eating it, right? Even though we know we shouldn't. Maybe that's definitely like what your dog's doing, except instead of like not looking the wall, they're looking the wall. It's just a silly little guy, and I see nothing wrong with this. Next client. I think garbage men are hot help. Okay. I know therapists aren't exactly supposed to share their personal lives too much with their clients, right? But I'll tell you, I've struggled with this issue as well. So sometimes the red flags just look green and beautiful and green and waving in the wind. Know your worth. You start to see little things that don't really rub you the right way. Acknowledge them. Know that they're there. If they really bother you, don't put yourself through hell just for this guy. They're genuinely, and this is like me giving you like real advice. There are so many fish in the sea, okay? That that man, at the moment you may think, "Oh, they're so great, they're so amazing." There really are other fish in the sea, and you can find someone that checks your boxes. It's okay to be picky when it comes to selecting your mate, right? Especially when it comes to dating. If you're dating seriously and you're looking for that person for to be with somebody long term, potentially marry them, whatever it may be, it's okay to have deal breakers and look at these men who will inevitably treat you poorly. It's okay to ditch them, okay? It's okay. So you could be saying that the men are garbage, or you could be saying that you mean like trash collectors are hot. Like as in like the guys that ride on the dumpster trucks and like pick up trash and you think they're hot. I mean, that's not really a problem, you know? So hey, what can I say? Sometimes I look at a strong man doing a little bit of construction work and I'm like, okay, hey, you know, like that's okay. I mean, how hot is the garbage man? Listen, listen, listen. There are other fish in the sea. There just are. You'll find your person. You will find your person. Moving on to our next client. Ooh. This one is this is a big one. So, are you in love with your best friend? Well, let's do a little bit of research, shall we? Let's refer to the textbooks. And by the textbooks, I mean Google. Um, this is a textbook that I've been referring to for years. That I've been using throughout my educational journey as a therapist with a PhD. So here's how to tell if you're in love with somebody and what to freaking do about it. Love doesn't always look the same. Okay, let's talk about what does it mean to be in love. So, you know, there's romantic love and there's platonic love. You're just chilling. You're just chilling and you seem to be thinking about them a lot. For no real reason, you know, like there's nothing that really reminds you of them. Maybe you're just spending time with your family and friends and you have them in the back of your mind. That could be a signal that you love someone. If you feel safe with this person and life feels more exciting when you're with them, that's a good sign as well that you might be in love with your best friend. You know, if you feel safe with them and life feels super exciting. Now, this may not be romantic love, this could just be platonic love. But hey, you know, if you want to spend a lot of time with your best friend, if you feel jealous of maybe other friends that they have, this could that could be bad. That could be bad. You might be in love with them. If you feel compassion towards them, that like definitely means that like you love them. But this could be platonic, you know? When it comes to platonic love and friendship love, there is no romantic or sexual attraction there. So how do we determine if if you love your best friend or if you're in love with your best friend? Typically, I'm assuming this friend, you likely have similar interests as them. You discuss your emotions with them. You support each other. You enjoy spending time together, you know? That's platonic love, okay? All good friendships have platonic love. You know, you guys communicate. You have your boundaries with one another. You're spending time together and offer emotional support. That's all very platonic. But when it comes to romantic love, this is a little different, you see? I can't believe all of this is coming off the top of my head as well. I'm such a good doctor. If you're practicing open communication and honesty with this person and you want to just be as open as possible with them, you may be in love with them romantically. If you want to learn and grow together, that could be romantic love. I mean, when you're romantically in love with somebody, you value their personality and you want their friendship, but you're also lusting after them. You want them. You may also find them very attractive. You want to spend a lot of time with them. You want this person. Let's talk about again romantic love versus platonic love. You know, and also that romantic love, you're probably going to have a sexual attraction there as well. If you're sexually attracted to your friend, I will say, you know, you might, if you want to frick your best friend, you might, that might be a little more than platonic. Talk to me, a therapist. Hi. I said what I said. All from the top of the noggin. You're welcome. Next client. Well, shit. Interesting timing here. So, this person, client, potentially the same client, we'll never know, says that they are in love with their best friend. Well, so you're in love with your best friend. What do you do about it? Pause. We have two different clients and they're besties, and one thinks they're in love and one is in love. T. It's crazy. 'Cause therapists totally do this and totally delve into the personal lives of their clients. Send out little emails like, so and so's in love with you. Imagine if therapists did that. There's definitely some whack ass like school counselors that do that shit. I'm sure. You love your best friend. Uh, I do think it is best to express those feelings for the most part, but you have to consider a lot of factors. Where is this person at emotionally? How do you think that they feel about you? Are they in a relationship? Are they struggling with some things that maybe you wouldn't want to be in your life, like do you really, because there's a difference between being in love or having feelings for somebody and wanting to actually pursue a relationship with them. And in my opinion, just because you may be in love with somebody or have a little crush on someone, that doesn't always mean that you should be with them romantically and have them as a life partner. There's deal breakers there, right? So you have to think. A lot of people love to say, "Oh, you're in love with them. You should ask them out." That's not always the case. You really need to consider where this person is at in their life and what to do about it. Let's say, hey, if this person is in a good place and you think that maybe they feel the same way about you, you can go for it. A lot of people are worried about like ruining friendships when it comes to that, and I truly, if this relationship you have with your friend is mature enough, you saying, hey, I have feelings for you isn't going to ruin the friendship if they don't feel the same way back. That's just the truth. And hey, maybe the friendship wasn't meant to be. But you do have to consider where is this person at in their life, and if I do confess my feelings for them, and things don't go the right way, they don't like me back, whatever, how will that affect your friendship? You miss all the shots you don't take, but sometimes it's best to not take those shots. Just be careful out there, fellas. If you're in love with your best friend, just be careful. Really, really feel this emotion, dig into it, think about why you were in love with them. I've been in situations where I have been in love with my best friend. Or maybe, I don't know if in love's the word, but I've definitely had crushes on like my best friends. And I know and I've known that it is not a good place to confess these feelings. You really just need to. Sometimes it sucks to hold on to the feelings, but hey, think about it, hold them in for a little bit, truly, truly, truly look into them and realize why you think you're feeling this way. Honestly, the feelings could pass, you know? Yeah, next client. Please give me something easy. As you know, pirates aren't as common in today's society as they once were. If you want to be a pirate, take on this identity, I'd be careful, I'd be careful. Do your research. Do you really want to be a pirate? I mean, didn't it like really bad things happen to pirates? Weren't they like constantly, like people were constantly trying to kill them or something? I feel like being a pirate just wasn't fun. Also, I think Blackbeard's dead now, I would think. I don't really know how to help you here, buddy. I'll be honest. Go be a pirate like Blackbeard. You do you. Love yourself, accept yourself. Be a pirate like Blackbeard. You spelled my name wrong. I need to help convince everyone they are birds, but they keep saying that they are birds for some reason. Please help me, oh so great Dr. Riley Page. I want to be a bird. Okay. Interesting timing here. So, be careful with this. Don't try to fly. You can be, if you want to be a bird, yeah, whatever. Be a bird. What was that one meme? Like, I'm the biggest bird? Wasn't that a meme or something at some point? Um, if you want to be the biggest bird, be the biggest bird. I believe in you, but be careful and stay safe is the number one rule there. Next client. Jesus Christ. I mean, sorry. Um, as a therapist, I'm not to judge my clients. Let me put on my serious face. We'll put on my serious glasses. Actually, no, we won't. I don't like the reflection. You have an egg obsession? That's fine. Collecting things and having obsessions over healthy things is fine. I'm glad that's the only thing you needed help with this evening. Okay, I accidentally ate a pack of Fun Snaps. I have no idea what that is. Wait, are those the things that like you throw at the ground and then they like pop? What's a Fun Snap? That also sounds very British. If you're British, that's like a whole other problem we need to deal with. Okay, yeah, so Fun Snaps is what I thought it was. It's like the thingies you throw at the ground and then they pop. Yeah, so you're not supposed to eat those. And it says that on the box. So my advice for you is to maybe read more. How often are you falling over? You say every time I fall over, like that's a very common thing for you. That just might be another issue in itself that you might need to see a doctor about. You do have my business email. Send me your information. Well, I'll get you in touch with Hulk. I got you. My parents are literally the worst. We went shopping for clothes because I need to redo my wardrobe, and they told me I could pick out anything I want. I found this really cute top that I absolutely needed to get. My dad asked me how much it was. I told him it was only 10 grand. Reasonable. Then he told me to put it back. What happened to get whatever you want? So of course I get really mad and tell him he told me I could get whatever I wanted, but he said it was too expensive for a shirt. Ooh, I feel like he never listens to me or cares about the things I like. I told him I needed a new computer because my old one was the wrong color and he told me to get a case. CPS said they're probably going to give me back soon and I don't know what to do. I don't want to go back to a home where I'm clearly not appreciated. Since I'm being forced to go back, how can I make my parents appreciate me more? Clearly, they're the ones that need therapy, but they refuse to get help. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Your parents very clearly do not love you. Oh, I will actually, I have my connections as a therapist, a well known therapist with several awards and stuff and degrees. CPS, they know me, they love me. I will get in touch with them and make sure that you go back to a much more appreciated home. I can help you. I can help you. Yeah, no, your dad, your mother, both clearly nutcases in my opinion. I got you. How do I get my own Tins lover? So this is a great question. And frankly, I'm wondering the same freaking thing. Um, if anyone knows how I can get myself a man who knows how to play a video game and will be loving to me, and I can just watch him play games, let me and my clients know. I know that's unprofessional, but I just wanna know. Hugh Swift play. Next client page. Okay, so I can actually relate to this. I understand being very hard on yourself about yourself. Everyone's hard on themselves, right? You're not alone. You're not alone in feeling this way at all. And you don't need to be perfect all the time. You're very self-aware because you mentioned that you try to fix mistakes that no one else is even going to notice. Everyone is focused on themselves. Just like you're talking here that you're focused on yourself, everyone's focused on themselves. Life really isn't that serious. We're all on a rock floating in space. You don't need to be perfect. Just enjoy your life. And if you're being burnt out by this need to be perfect, be the best, everything has to be amazing, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And I know this is probably not the best advice, but I feel like it's probably something that you might need to hear. Like it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to not be perfect. Nobody is. Just try not to take it so seriously. And I know that that sounds like bullshit, and that's probably literally what you're telling yourself in your head. But you just have to know that, like, Life really isn't that serious. Just have fun with yourself. If you notice you're doing something and you're not having fun, you're in a bad mindset, take a step back, maybe do something else for a little bit, distract your mind. Fuck you. I miss 100% of the shots I don't take. True, we mentioned that earlier. I also miss 100% of the shots I do take. So, very common problem I see. Frankly, skill issue, get better. No, I'm kidding. I say go for it. It's not the end of the world. Things will go your way eventually. Work hard. Um, say fuck it, we ball. That's a good mentality to have. I know a lot of people say that as a meme, but genuinely, like it is what it is, right? That's like my mantra for life. I'll be so real. It is what it is. Things are not gonna go your way all the time. They definitely don't for me. So if you're taking shots and they're not working out for you in your favor, maybe you need to readjust what you're doing. Maybe shoot a little bit smaller. Is if you're missing these shots, it's likely not a problem with you as a person. Feel reaching out to other people, so helpful, especially when it comes to feedback, okay? It's okay to reach out, it's okay to get help. Okay? You're not gonna look weak. It's not embarrassing. It's okay, it's okay. Especially like if you're scared to reach out to like a legit therapist, don't be. A lot easier said than done, obviously. Alrighty, next client. This is so awkward. I unfortunately cannot help you with this one. Get well soon. This is such a good question that I've been asking. Also, how can I find big titty goth girls in my area? So, we know I'm a licensed therapist. How do I up my Riz? Now, you gotta go to Rizology school. Let's start off with what not to do. There was a guy, bro, went into my business email. Don't do that. I get a friend request on Discord. And I went back into my email and I was like, oh my god, it's him. Went to my link tree with my socials, which is crazy because why Discord? Yes, he obviously I don't want him to contact any of them, but it's like, man, you could have DM'd me on Twitter. You could have, I think I had my public Snapchat on there. I mean, if he wants to subscribe to my fansly, like I will not complain about money. Let me tell you what to do. So I'll tell you what I do. Typically, if I'm reaching out to somebody, it's normally gonna be through like Twitter, you know. See, if you're sliding into someone's posts or someone's DMs, you have to have a reason. You cannot just slide in there and start it off with kind of like what Tycoon said. You can't start off your Riz attempt with, "Hey, I know this is creepy, but like no, no." You have to have intent, okay? You have to have intent, intentions. That is like the most important thing when it comes to Riz. They call me Risley Page, by the way. You need confidence and you need to know what you're going in there for. Don't be weird, don't be aggressive. If they're not giving off the same vibe that you were giving, don't try to push them. Don't, if they don't want you, they don't want you, little bro. Rejection is a thing and it happens, okay? Believe it or not, Risley Page has been rejected. Crazy, I know.